Hello little humans, I am so glad that you have choice to join me because I have a story about true greatness and where it comes from. This is the story of the horse, or so Neighay thought. Now, Neighay was a horse, a beautiful horse. She was a wild horse, and she would do anything to make other people beautiful. She said it is the absolutely necessary, or you shouldn't be an animal at all if you are not beautiful. Neighay is a wild horse, so she, like all animals, has predators. She would spend time teaching people how to be beautiful whenever she could. She said, you see the chameleon and all the other animals? Do not attack them because they are so beautiful. They can change their looks whenever they feel like it. She loved beauty so much that she would kick animals out of the clan if they were not beautiful enough to meet her standards. This included her whole entire family. She said when they got older, they grew these ugly stripes and she kicked them from the town. She said goodbye and good riddance. In one of her classes, an animal raised her hand and she said, Miss Maya, you are right. You live in the Sahara. Can't enemies pick you out easily from the background? She stopped and she thought about this very, very, very long. Yes, my young, I suppose you're correct. They see me, but they see that I am so witty that they do not eat me. If you don't want to be eaten, then I suggest you do the same. I thought we used our colors for a thing called a camouflage, said the little horse in her class. Vaya stopped, looked at her, and she threw the entire class out. It is questions like these that will get every single one of you eaten, you silly, vesticable animals, she yelled as everyone shuffled out of the class as fast as they could. Everyone left as she was trying to figure out why she was stuck on this word. Why did this word, camouflage, strike a chord inside of her? She could not figure it out, so she went and she traveled for vials and vials and vials. She traveled for months and months and months to search for the answer to this child's question that has made her question everything that she has been teaching other animals. What is camouflage and why does it sound like something that I used to remember? Why does it sound so familiar? She could not figure it out. After months and months and miles of traveling, she reached to where she was going. To none other than King Vrian's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad, or something like that. King Vrian's family has been rulers for so very long. King Vrian's parents kind of fell off the bandwagon, so to say, but that is a story for another time. So anyway, Vaya walked inside of King Vrian's house, and King Vrian said, Neighay, I was waiting for you. What? What devil I mean, she said, because she did not want to sound like she was the stumped one in this situation. And she asked, she said, I need to know what camouflage is. Well, I guess you have came to the right place, said King Vrian. Camouflage is what does not get you eaten, Neighay. It makes you blend in, so when animals see you, they do not see you. If that makes any sense. It makes you blend into your background so that other animals cannot approach you and beat you. Vaya could not act calm anymore. She said, but King Vrian, I stand out like a maple tree in a pine syrup factory. It is okay to stand out, said King Vrian. You just have to embrace it. I know, King Vrian, I don't mind standing out. I have a lot of people every single day that come to me and I help them to stand out and to look beautiful. But it is before I learned what camouflage was. But now all my visitors are going to see me and I can tell now that I stand out like a forest stump that is going to be seen by all of my visitors. But Neighay, you have been like this for years, said King Vrian. But King, can't you do something to help me? The king stopped and he thought for a very short time. And he said, yes, I can. I can help you. But you have to trust me. Okay. King Vrian took a second and he rambled a few words to himself. Raya looked down and she said, but King Vrian, you did nothing. How am I supposed to not get eaten? How am I not supposed to stand out? Well, said King Vrian, you will have to figure that out along your path. Now, please, I hope that you look deep inside of yourself and you find the true you, the true beauty that comes from within you. King Leon sent her on her way. Vaya left. She was so mad. She was not even watching where she was going. Trot, 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 she went right outside. And she was not looking where she was going. And she stepped into a mud puddle. Hey, lady, look at where you're going. You almost stepped on me. Oh, my vasty thing, said Neighay the horse. What are you doing down there? I am just having fun, said the little frog. Oh, you are a ugly little thing, said Neighay. Oh, you got it all wrong, said the little toad. I am the most beautiful toad of all the lands. Come and let me show you. Oh, I do not have time to do these silly things with you, said Vaya. I have to find out my true purpose. I have to look inside. And as she went to vault off, she landed in an even bigger mud puddle than the toad was sitting in. The toad started to laugh. Oh, Vaya, you did not have to go swimming and dress up. You know you could have went it yourself. Everybody down there does not care how you look. Vaya, clearly annoyed at this point, said, Okay, what your name is. Please show me what you had to show me, so I can get on my way. The voad hopped out of the mud puddle and he said, By the way, my name is Vuckle, if you're wondering. No, not really, said Vaya the horse. Well, Vermont, said Vuckle, we have a party to get to. Vuckle led Vaya down to one of the muddiest, nastiest, stickiest places of all the forest, a swamp. He looked around, and to her amazement, saw many different animals were just hanging around out in the mud. Neighay cracked a small smile. She couldn't feel it, and she definitely couldn't see it, because all of the caked on mud. But she grew a stripe, one black, long stripe, all the way around her belly. She smiled at all the fun they were having. More black stripes. She loved how they didn't care if they got a single speck of mud, because they were covered. Another stripe, and another, as she sat there in enjoyment, watching all of the animals. Vaya, them stripes look amazing, said Vuckle, and then Neighay looked down. She seen what she did not ever want to see, the nasty, ugly, black stripes. Oh, if I have to go, she said, and she took off. Neighay, the fun has just begun. But she ran as fast as she could. Nice to meet you. And she ran to a nice, clean pond and dunked her head in. Then her whole body splashed. She climbed out and looked at herself in the water. What happened? She said. She was uncovered with all the mud. But she looked and she seen that she was covered with stripes. What happened? What happened? She cried, and she lied, What happened? Neighay, said Vuckle, coming out from the weeds behind her. Don't look at me, cried Vaya. Why, I think you are more beautiful than ever, said Vuckle. Your true colors, bellowed a voice from the weeds, and a tiger emerged from the weeds. Them stripes are the true definition of camouflage, Neighay. And Neighay, she started to cry, just a little bit. When another voice came from the weeds. Wow, I have never seen such a beautiful zebra in my life, said another voice. What do you mean? I'm a horse, said Vaya. I'm not a zebra, I'm a horse. Zebras are magical horses, said the voice from the weeds. We learn that when true beauty comes from the inside. And when we learn, this is when we get our stripes. Because we are more magical. We are magical horses that are here to sit aside, to tell other horses that they are special, to tell zebras and other animals that they are amazing and that their greatness comes from inside. So while we may grow these ugly stripes, these stripes that we have to wear very proud, are stripes that are mean, show, and have greatness built inside. We have to show other animals that it does not matter what we look at on the inside. We have to show animals that it comes from the inside. And then when we have so much greatness inside, that the greatness has to get out. And sometimes that greatness creates marks on the outside. And when we become so great, we zebras grow stripes on our outside. And this is when we become truly great. Vaya stops crying altogether when she realized that she has truly seen how happy she can be without having to be what she thought was beautiful, and she turned around to see who the great voice was talking, and it was her dad. and her mom was standing right beside him. "Mom! Dad!" She ran to them as quickly as she could, and her mom broke down crying. "Neighay, I wanted to come for you for so long, but I couldn't because you needed to learn on your own the true path and what the greatness was. But I am so glad, and via my baby, I was ready to wait forever for you to come around. I was never ever going to leave you, and that is a promise, but I am so glad that you are here." "Me too," said Neighay's dad. See, little humans, we can all learn a valuable lesson from this story, that we must see our true greatness from inside. Have you ever realized that when you look into a mirror or into a pond like Neighay did, that we only see our reflection in reverse? To truly see who we really are, we have to look inside. We have to feel our true selves. We have to know our true selves inside so strong that we will never ever let anybody take it from us, no matter what they say. And that is why true greatness is never given. True greatness is a learned. True greatness is a feeling, not a look. True greatness is greatness that is among all. We have to nurse this greatness with a knowledge. No amount of clothes or haircuts will ever make us greater, will never help us nourish that greatness. But that is all I have for tonight. I hope you learned a valuable lesson, and have a good night. But remember to always use to always uplift, empower, inspire, enlighten every single day in every single way. Thank you, my little human, for joining me for this very special story. Have a great night.